Prophetic podcast. I don't know what I did there. Trying something new. Don't know how I feel about that, Zoey.
I'm having a little giggle to myself. Hey guys, it's so good to be here with you on the podcast. Oh gosh, Jenna, you are amazing. You really are.
You don't want to be saying the same thing every time, but maybe let's not do that one again.
Oh gosh.
Welcome everybody. We have got something really fun we want to talk about with you today. And I just want to know, Zoe and I want to know, how many of you really got something out of what we talked about with charity in the last episode? Because there's just pages of notes that I wrote as we had that conversation. And I just feel like there's just such mind-blowing drops of goodness. When I know we talked about it in the last episode, but when Charity said, it doesn't matter, honestly, this has blown my mind. It doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter what you think, Zoe, about the angelic. It doesn't matter what I think. It's what God thinks and what he says. And I just feel like that has really hit for me something that is across the board, because it doesn't matter what I think on any issue. It's about what God thinks. And really, how are we going to know what God thinks if we can't hear him?
That's right. Oh, wow. Oh, amazing. Right. The time with charity, it literally has just made me so excited, just to revive that passion, for being able to know what God has put with us, our amazing angels that are with us, and just his kingdom that's so good. And like you said, I mean, that just relates to everything, Jenna, not just angels, but like, his healing or, everything about him. It's what does God say about it? Not what we think about it, but what does God say about healing? What does God say about pouring out his spirit on us? He says he'll pour out his spirit on all men and all women. Like, it's not just for those who are being good today or who have had their quiet time today or who've lived a good Christian life or made all the right choices. You're going to get this today. No, he says on all people. And so, that's you, that's me, that's you guys listening today. We serve a mighty God who loves us and who's always pulling us into a relationship, right? And it's not about what we think, it's about what he says. And he says, it's done, it's finished, and he loves us and he's never leaving us. And so that's the truth that we're just standing on today, right?
It's so good, Zoe. And it does. It's like a switch change in your mind. I'm physically doing that with my hand right now next to my head, like flipping the switch.
She really is.
Because it is. It's like, the Bible says that who the Son sets free are free indeed. Well, I can't be held by depression and anxiety and fear and disappointment and bitterness if I'm living out of freedom. And God says that he set us free. So it doesn't matter what I see. It doesn't matter what I see in my life that doesn't line up. I mean, it does matter. It's big and it's huge. But I think it invites us into conversation with him. How come I don't see? I want to see, God, what you say about my sickness. I want to see what you say about my marriage and about my relationships. I don't want to look at it through my eyes anymore, because actually what you say is what is the truth. And so show me what you're saying.
Love it. That doesn't mean we battle with our feelings and our emotions and our ups and downs in the middle of it.
Of course.
We're human. But we keep on seeking that truth and seeking what he has to say. Gosh, something that's just really stuck with me the whole week about the conversation, Jenna, is that way Charity described the soccer team and how we have these expert angels on the soccer team. Now that has just blown my mind. I'm like, everything I've done this week, I'm like, okay, I'm doing it this well, but I've got somebody with me who can do his part or her part better. Like, that God has assigned an angel with me that's got expert knowledge on how to do this. And why am I striving? Let me just hand it over and to say, hey, you've got the knowledge of how to carry this, or you've got the knowledge how to do this. Can you just give me the wisdom? Can you enlighten me? Can you show me how God would see it done? And then it's like, okay, let go. And it's that whole thing of moving from fear into faith, from striving into faith, from, striving into rest, knowing that God's kingdom that he designed for us is so much bigger than what we could ever think or dream or imagine. I suppose. Oh, I wonder if you guys have thought about that this week at all. It's like, how, where I lack, God has put, his kingdom around us, his angels around us. We
And
have.
Sorry.
I'm just blown away by that. I've really been putting that into practical everyday life for myself this week. It's been very cool.
Amazing, Zoey. And I just am thinking that, like, it's so, everything that we talk about, I feel like we say this, but it's so easy to talk about this. And it's so easy to say, well, let's just look at the truth of what God says. And, or let's just, think of the soccer team analogy with the angels. Yeah. But when is it that you need that supernatural help? It's normally when things are really going bad. And the idea is that we wouldn't wait until then, but often it is the case for people, and like when often is the time that people get to the point where they are praying. And I don't even necessarily mean people that know God, but you look at everybody in the world, people, when they get to crisis point, that's when they call out to God. And there is this element of, like, all of these things, they don't just come naturally and easily, but God is a God of faithfulness. And as we invest into it, and not because our works are doing anything, it's so biblical, we know that it's by his grace, not by what we do. But it's the same with anything. The more we practice, the more we look into it and unpack things and try and understand. And James 1:5 says, any of you lacks wisdom, ask God, who gives abundantly to all. But when you ask, you better believe and not doubt. And so I just feel that Zoey and I get so excited, and we come on, and Charity, last episode, we can just talk so excitedly about these things, but it doesn't always look easy breezy in real life. It's actually, there is a constant battle for our attention and for our minds, and it looks like a repeating sacrifice and a repeating saying yes, small yes. Havilah Cunnington says, a big yes is made up of lots of little yeses.
I love it. Oh, that's so good. And it's choices, hey, every single day. So, and sometimes we get them right and sometimes we don't. And so that's okay. Rather count your day. I love the saying, count your day rather on the seeds you've sown than on the fruit that you've seen. Don't know if that came across well, but like often we're always looking for that fruit in our lives, for everything to look amazing, but it's really hard to just always see that. But rather look at your day from the things that you've done. Like, so seeds are, can be related to so many things, but if you've just changed a thought pattern for one thing in the day, when you lay down in bed that night, like, okay, instead of that way, I thought this way instead, or, and actually put something. So today, instead of being frustrated when I was trying to get my computer to work and I couldn't design what I wanted to do, I stopped for a minute and I prayed and I said, thank you, God, that you're with me, that you've given me, angels to support me and give me great ideas, and carry on, and like, oh, you've actually shifted your mindset. You've shifted yourself into peace, you've shifted yourself into joy, and celebrate those little moments, like those little good things that you do in others and in your own life. Hey? Gosh,
that's so funny that you say that, Zoey, because
why?
maybe like we've never talked about this, but maybe a month or 6 weeks ago, I was talking with another friend, and who I won't name for she'll be embarrassed, but maybe she wouldn't, I don't know. But we were talking about how it can be so frustrating when you really want to be healthy and maybe lose a little bit of weight, but just to be healthy and to feel good in your body. But then, so you try and make all these changes, but then it's just so overwhelming. And then you go to bed at night and you just feel so guilty for all the terrible decisions that you made. And as you were talking, this is the funny part, as you were talking, I said to her, how about we look at it, that at the end of every day, she's a huge journaler like I am, but at the end of every day, let's just think about the good decisions that we did make. Who cares about the bad ones? Because nothing happens overnight. It's the small yeses that make up the big yes. Yeah. So at lunchtime, I chose to have a piece of fruit instead of a biscuit with my lunch. Or, well, great, go me. and just on a really practical level of how some people probably don't have these issues, but It's something that I'm constantly dealing with, trying to be healthy and put the right things, and it can be overwhelming. But we talked about exactly that, what you're saying, actually starting to focus on the things that we did do well, and it actually is interesting how it all just falls into line, because then you get excited because tomorrow you think, I had 3 things to write down that I was proud of last night, and today I reckon I can get to 4. And then it just is the snowball effect. It's like that great gratitude thing, as we focus, it's what we focus on that we get drawn to.
I love it. And that's just what we're doing every single day. Hey, so we are loving you guys. We just want to send our appreciation out to you and really encourage you that it's easier than you think. Sometimes I really want to break off limits and give in permission to be yourself and go with the flow and have fun, enjoy life, and be proud of yourself for the small steps that you take. And so Jenna, a few episodes back we had a little chat about angels, and I know you gave everyone a little bit of a teaser while we're talking more about angels, that I have had some angel encounters, and I have, thank you Jesus, but there was one I really wanted to share with you guys today. Not only is it an angel encounter, but it's also a dream, and there's also a gift imparted to me in this dream. So hang on to your pants, people. This is exciting.
Don't lose your pants, by all means.
It's actually a dream about pants, but that's why it's so exciting. But hang on to your pants, because did you know that dreams are just so amazing? They're just more than a dream. They're not just dreams, but they're messages, but also God can impart into us in the night while we're dreaming. So this is the dream that happened in a season where I was really studying about being a prophetic warrior, which that means that we had the tools, like that the prophetic was more than just words, but they were powerful to release somebody and set them free. And gosh, God was just awakening something in me and a group of us as we studied this.
I was going to say, that's Emma Stark's book, isn't it? It's called The Prophetic Warrior. I know we've talked about it before, but that was when we were doing that study.
Yeah, and we were doing that study. It's like, again, how dreams will speak to you in a season that you, and God will speak to you in your real life, what's going on. So we've just been having a night, studying that night. I think I must have gone to sleep that night. And that night I dreamt that I was in a foyer, and this man came up to me, Jenna. I could see he was really, really strong and had these massive shoulders, but I was mesmerized by his face, because it was like it had like eyeshadow all over his face, but it was like rainbow eyeshadow all over his face. And it was amazing. It was glowing. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And he looked like a normal man, just really strong. And he came up to me, and he led me out of the foyer and into a vehicle, into a van, like a back of a van. We got into the van, and I knew Jesus was there. So that was like Simon, my husband, he was there. So that, I know that's a symbol that represents Jesus, my husband Simon. And so he was waiting for me in the back there. And no, actually he wasn't waiting for me. He came into the van as me and this angel. I know to me he was an angel with me. And he brought me a gift. And I opened up this gift, and inside this gift, like wrapped up, was this pair of pants. I said to you, hold on to your pants. Anyway, a pair of pants. I'm really a fan of these harem pants, like kind of loose fitted around the waist and around the ankles tight. And with these amazing pants, they were all had like this army camo patches on it, and down the side it said prophetic warrior. And he gave me these prophetic warrior pants. And I saw like Jesus and the angel give each other a high five, like, damn, we did it, like we
like a fist bump.
Like a fist pump, fist pump, like, we got them to her. So I mean, that was the dream. It was really quick and it was over, but I knew that night I had encountered an angel, and that's usually where I see angels, in dreams.
So just to double check, so the angel was the one with the rainbow eyeshadow.
Yes.
That was really big and really strong, and the one that led you to the place where Jesus came to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that eyeshadow was not actually on his eyes. It was like all over his face. His whole face was glistening. And I could see these really, really strong muscles.
I love that. I mean, they've got a lot of work to do. Of course, they've got to be strong.
Yeah, they've got to be strong. And like, oh gosh, this dream is just amazing, because like I said, this encounter was more than, me meeting an angel, but also the gift. So I had a dream. I was given a gift, prophetic warrior pants, and I encountered an angel. What a cool experience, right? Oh,
And encountered Jesus.
and Jesus, yes.
Man.
Oh gosh. And
And
so
it's funny because I mean the thing with dreams is that God is giving a message,
mhm,
and that is the message, that there's that gift there, but then there's also layers in it, right? You go from being in a lobby and you're led out into the back of a van. Well, what are you doing when you're in a lobby? You're waiting to go
mm,
somewhere, or you're arriving somewhere, but you were
yeah,
leaving. So something's
yeah,
finished, you've been
yeah,
somewhere and you've done what you need to do, and now
mm,
you're being led out. Oh, I can feel this, you're being led out. And I love that you were led into the back of the van when you were given the gift,
mm,
because how different would it have looked if you were led and it was your car and you were hopping into the driver's seat?
mm,
To me, that would speak of something that you're really going to be doing and driving forward in. But the fact that you hop into the back of the van, I love that. And I would love your thoughts on this too, Zoe, but I love that because it's like, as you get this gift of becoming a prophetic warrior, putting your big girl pants on, your prophetic warrior pants on, that actually you don't have there's a grace for you to actually learn to wear them well while you're in the back of the van,
mm,
and the time will come, and
mm,
I think is here, where that's changed again. But in the
mm,
moment when it was given to you, there's no expectation for you to
mm.
do anything. All you had to do is put them on.
Yeah. Come on, I just had to receive it. And I know that that dream is, like we always say this, Jenna, when we're talking about dreams, like, why would God give me that dream?
Mm,
Like, why would God give me that dream? So many reasons, right? But one that has sat with me since then is that, that I have this gift and I can put on my prophetic warrior pants when I'm feeling like I'm not a prophetic warrior at
mm,
all, or not a warrior or prophetic or anything. I mean, it's not about my feelings, but again, I put on something and I was like, okay, God, obviously I don't have these pants in real life, but I imagine that I would like them in real life. Thank you very much. Like I've actually got a design in my little book here. They look so cool, but I would definitely wear them. Definitely wear them in real life. Um, but and pants also speaks about a walk that something I've got to walk. Why was it a pants, not a shirt?
mm,
Why was it not a hat? Why were they pants? But it's because it had to do with something that I was walking out in that season. I was walking out and learning, what it was like to speak in the prophetic. And so it doesn't mean I'm a warrior with a sword, but I'm a warrior as I speak life and truth into any situation, knowing that God's with
it's so
me.
good. And it's
Yeah.
so much fun because often Zoe and I, when we're about to do something, or I mean, it might even just be going for coffee with someone, but we really, it might just be one of us. I might be going, or Zoe might be going, and we'll really feel like God's wanting to bless the person that we're about to see. And we'll message each other and say, I'm about to put my prophetic warrior pants on. Or I might know that Zoe's going to go do something with her job or something, and we'll just say to each other, you've got those pants. And it's actually it's fun how one dream has been able to become such a theme for and over you and what you're
Yeah.
doing in your life.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one. I've got other stories, but we just wanted to bless you with that today. And a dream is given to us because we now carry this. Gina and I carry this, and stuff we want to impart into you guys, and you can carry it too. You can put your prophetic warrior pants on too.
Yeah.
And I always believe that God just doesn't show things just for me. They're for us. They're for all of us. And you're welcome. If I could produce them, to put your prophetic warrior pants on and join us, and know that the words you speak are powerful. The words you speak are life. They're not just arbitrary, but what comes out of your mouth is authentic to you. Your words are different to anyone else's. They carry weight, they carry life, they carry joy. And so keep speaking them.
Keep speaking them. I just so agree. And we bless your words. We bless the conversations that you're going to be having, and just that you would feel real God prompts to say something, or that you'll just take note when something surprising comes out of your mouth that you think, oh, there was something really on that I feel like God was saying. So we bless you, and we will talk to you again soon. Might see you over on our Instagram, or remember as well that we've got our mentoring groups you can look at online at thefeasttable.com. You can always contact us if you've got any dreams you want to talk about. Feel free to pop us a message through any social media ways. And until next time, we will see you then.
See ya.